Hello and you're welcome back to my channel. So this is the continuation of the first video on how to make donut box. So in this video we are going to be making the cover. So if you have not watched the first video, go through my channel to watch the first video. Let's get started. So I have in here for my donut box cover, I'm going to be using 12 inches as my breadth. So this is also a rectangular shape. So 12 inches by 8 inches, that's the length I'm going to be using. That's the length. Okay, so I have for my breadth 12 inches and for my length 18 inches. So I already cut this out for my FPP paper. Okay, for this, when we made the main box, that is the bottom of the box, this is the cover. This is a two-piece donut box and this is the cover. When we are cutting out a square, we are using 4 inches. So for this we are going to be using 2 inches. As you can see, this is not as big as the first one, so I'll be cutting out the marking square of 2 inches around the edges instead of the 4 inches we use for the bottom of the main box. So we are going to be doing 2 inches for this. So mark 2 inches vertically and mark 2 inches horizontally. Mark and note the dots. So we are going to be connecting the two dots together. With the use of your ruler, join the dots together to make a perfect square, just as we have did for the donuts main box. Because this is a two-piece, the cover is different from the main box. We have the cover different. Alright, so once you join the line and make a perfect square, I'm going to be doing this 3 times more for the rest of the edges. So I'm going to come upward 2 inches from the vertical length and 2 inches from the horizontal length. Make sure you note your pencil, you note where the 2 inches is. And you make sure that you have a perfect square. Alright, so I'm going to take my ruler and join the two lines together, my vertical line of 2 inches and my horizontal line of 2 inches. So I'm going to be doing this for the 4 sides, for the 4 edges. Okay, so I've marked 2-inch square for all the 4 edges here, as you can see. So like I've said earlier, make sure your when you want to cut this out, when you want to open this up, make sure it is in a horizontal length, that is your breadth, like a rectangle. Make sure it is in a rectangle shape. Okay, don't turn it upwards to be like a vertical shape. Make sure the longer side is where you are going to be cutting upward. Okay, so make sure you have a rectangular shape and then you open this upward like that. Don't cut from the other side. We mark 2 lines. Make sure you cut from this side. Then you do this, you cut, you fold, you cut, you fold. This fold is going to allow us to be able to assemble our box. Okay, so cut this as well. Then you fold upwards. Cut that as well. Then you fold. So cut the last edges open as well, then fold it in. And our donut box cover is ready. The cover is ready. So in donut box, literally any box, cupcake, donuts, there is always that window that allow you to look at what is inside the box. The window, the open window, the transparent window that we see, that we're going to be looking at whatever it is inside the box. So that's what we are going to be doing next. So as you can see, once I use my hand to assemble it, it has come together. So this is just our donut box cover. So to make my window, I'm just going to be using any shape. You can use any shape you want. You can decide you want a circle. You can decide you want square. So I'm just using a rectangular shape. Just cut out any shape you want. You can measure it. You can use eye to eyeball it. So I just use eyes to eyeball this, and I'm using a rectangular shape. So this is used as template. This this the cardboard is used as my template to cut this out. So once I marked out, I used my pen to trace out the shape on my um paper. So I'm using my ruler and pencil to trace it out more so I won't make mistakes. So once I trace it out and make sure that I have a perfect rectangular shape, I'll be using my cutter to cut the lines out, that rectangular shape. This is just to open it up. So I'll be using the cutter to cut it out. So as you can see, I have a rectangular shape here. And as you can see, I try to make sure that the shape is at the middle. The shape is at the middle of the box. So you can measure it or you can eyeball it. I eyeball it. So you can try to measure it to get a perfect square and perfect rectangle. So just cut this out using your cutter. This is really easy. Just cut this out. So just around the line that you have already marked, just use your cutter to cut that out. So after we cut it out, we are going to be using acetate as replacement so that it won't be open. We cannot leave it open. Just want to be looking at what is inside. So we have to use something transparent to replace the paper we have cut out, and that's where acetate comes in. Acetate comes in. So as you can see, this is now open up, but we can't leave it like that. We need something transparent to use to cover it. So when you cut your acetate, make sure your acetate is bigger than the space, the space cut out. Make sure it is bigger than it. Okay. So I'll be using my glue. You can use gum, gum. I'm sure most people knows this gum, but I don't have that available right now. It's kind of scarce in my area. So I'm just using super glue, but you have to be careful when you want to use super glue as it is very active and you want to be very careful when doing this. Okay, so just place this, use your glue to for the place you want the acetate to be, then you glue this together. Press it, use your hand to press it, but you have to be careful. Super glue is very active, so just press it down to make sure that it is glued to your paper. Make sure it is glued to your paper. Okay, so as you can see, this is what I have here. So if you can't get acetate and you want to do this, you can use that plastic container, the takeaway. Okay, try to cut it out to use it, and make sure you don't use the very thick one. Use the very light ones. You can also use this if you are going to be using it for yourself, if you are making this for yourself. But if it's for sale, if you want to be selling this out, try to get acetate. Okay, but if you want to use this for yourself, You don't have to be trying to get acetate about. Just get those plastic takeaway container. Try to cut the shape you want out from there. Okay, and that's all. So the next thing is we are done with the box, but I want to assemble the box now. So I have to glue this box together. Oh, you know the box we buy, they don't glue it. You have to glue it yourself when you want to assemble your box, when you want to use it. But I'll be gluing this together just to show you how to do it. So I'm also going to be using super glue for this. Use glue gum if you have, or any glue that you have available. Or if you are going to be using super glue, be very careful when doing this. Okay. Alright, so to make sure the place you are placing your glue is just around the place you are going to be gluing together. Don't go to the other side. Okay, you can use eye to eyeball it. You can just try to measure it. So that's just it. So just glue this together. I'm sure most of us already know how to do this. Just glue that together. But the cutout part, you glue it with the longer sides of the box. Okay, so once we are done for the cover, we are done. Okay, we are just this is done. We don't need anything anymore. So I'm just going to try to glue the my main box together as well. So I'm trying to mark out where to place my glue. As you can see, this just cover everything up, so you can just place the glue anywhere. You know we have 4 sides. You do this for the 4 sides. Okay, so once I glue this side, I'm going to be gluing the other side as well. So just I'm done with this. Okay, so then I'm going to be covering this. Our donut box is ready. It's very simple. This took me less than 20 minutes to make. This took me less than 20 minutes to make. It's very simple and easy to make. And as you know now, box is very expensive. So we have to try and do what we can do. So try to make this yourself. Practice makes perfection, and it's very easy. It's simple steps, and that's all. Okay, thank you so much.